of Mr. Olympia. Our first competitor, please welcome Big Mac Cedric McMillan. Competitor 2, Baito Ebispor. Competitor 3 from Poland, Robert Pietrzakowicz. From the United Arab Emirates, Olympia. One of the world's strongest bodybuilders, J.O.J. Johnny Jackson. Here comes the prodigy, Brandon Curry. Former USA champion making his Olympia debut, the King Snake, Steve Kuklo. Coming all the way from France, please welcome Lionel Bayeki. From Curacao, one of the stars of Generation Iron, Ruli Winkler. They call him the Axe, Evan Centopani. Make way for the X-Man, Tony Freeman. Making his triumphant return to the Olympia stage, the Dominican Dominator, Victor Martinez. Making his Olympia debut, Mamdoa Big Ramy Elsbaye. Welcome, Dennis Big Bad Wolf. The Texas Titan, Branch Warren. Your 2008 Mr. Olympia, the Blade, Dexter Jackson. Half machine, half bodybuilder, Flexitron, Sean Roden. Four-time Olympia champion, back on the Olympia stage, Jay Butler. Here comes the Predator, Kai Green. And your final competitor, your two-time and reigning Olympia champion, The Gift, Phil Heath.
Mr. Showman, what a prick. Attitude matches wardrobe, uglier than sin. This is Best Style 82. 943 tiny rooms, one view.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you your 2013 Olympia class. One of these gentlemen will be named Olympia champion. Folks, with a lineup this big, this deep, not even an argument anymore, the most competitive Olympia in history. I certainly cannot do this alone. I need a co-host as big as this lineup. Ladies and gentlemen, my co-host for the press conference, the menace, Dennis James.
Thank you, Bob. And thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming back. It is, for me, an honor to come back here to host this show with Bob together with all these athletes. And I feel so much better than compared to last year, because I know there's no Masters this year, so there's no way you can trick me into doing any other shows. So I'm just strictly here to handle business with these guys. Thank you very much for coming out.
And for those that were with us last year, you remember Dennis was right here in this very spot where the audience actually made a decision. Dennis put it in your hands that he was going to compete on that Masters stage. You did a very triumphant show for you, Dennis. Congratulations on that. Is that it?
Almost got divorced. Yeah, that's it. That's it. My wife forgave me, so I'm good. No more shows. This is it.
Do you want to put it to audience vote?
No more shows. This is it. Just like Michael Jackson said. Yeah, this is it.
I never thought the name Michael Jackson would ever come out on the Olympia stage, but we've got bearded fat chicks, we've got Michael Jackson. Let the games begin.
I used to have an even better Jerry curl than that.
All right, well, let's get down to the business of bodybuilding in the 49th Olympia. Phil Heath, you're two-time champ. Will it be three-time champ when the dust settles?
No, what the hell? Get out of here. Anyway, thanks for all the fans that showed up today. Really appreciate it. I think, like Bob said, this is going to be the biggest and the baddest Mr. Olympia contest of all time. We have 3 Mr. Olympia champions along with 4 multi-winner Arnold Classic champions. And, everyone up here has won something. So we're all champions up here, and we're definitely all fighting for, that Sandow trophy. But to answer your question, I would be really ignorant to say that I'm not wanting to win, especially after winning the last 2 years. So yes, of course, I train hard, I train smart, and I'm definitely having a great time being the champion, traveling around the world, meeting many, many fans, and having an awesome experience, being a part of the sport of bodybuilding. And, I hope that, of course, when the dust settles, I will be the 3-time Mr. Olympia champion. I definitely feel like I have the ability, and I definitely put in the work.
Well, Phil, normally we kind of, work our way into the conference a little bit, get a couple fluff questions out to get things going. This year's too competitive for that. We're going to get right to the jugular, but if I'm mistaken, now correct me if I'm wrong, I might be, probably not. But Kai Green. Phil, if I'm not mistaken, we were at the athletes meeting last night. You guys get your credentials and your tickets and all that kind of stuff that we have to, the business we have to do. And then you have the opportunity to sign posters. They get for Robin Chang for the Olympia and all that. They're the big official posters. Everybody signs them. But am I missing something, or did Kai Green not sign them as Mr. Olympia?
I don't know.
Well, I think we have the man right here. Do we not? Kai Green. How are you doing, Kai?
That wasn't smart.
Hello.
Kai, now, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I am never wrong. Did I not see you sign the poster that said Kai Green, Mr. Olympia underneath it?
Yes, you did.
What's up with that?
I intend to be a person of very few words.
No.
I can show you better than I can tell you.
Hey, if you want to show some muscle here, you're not going to get an argument out of these people. What do you think, Dennis?
Well, I think he just got up, he just woke up from backstage because he was sleeping for about 45 minutes. So I was like, give him a couple more minutes to wake up. On the other hand, For me, it's so good to see Big Jay Cotler back on this stage. Jay, I remember very well, last time you came here on this stage, you put your sandal right here on the table. This year, it's only a bottle of water. I'm not saying that you still have 4 sandals at the house, but are you planning on putting that sandal back on there Sunday morning?
Yeah. I did, I came back. Obviously, I want to thank everyone for coming and supporting. I think it's going to be the biggest crowd appeasing Olympia in a very long time, if not ever. And I was in the press conference last year. I sat over there and I watched all these guys up there, and of course, first year away from the Olympia stage in over 10 years. And I decided after that I wanted to get back up there. And of course, barring the injury and everything was recovered, I'm back up here. I'm very blessed to be able to be healthy and be able to stand with all these guys, not just, obviously Phil and the guys that are going to be the highlights of the show. I'm very fortunate to be able to be competitive and be healthy. So I want to thank everyone for coming out and supporting my run for the 5th title here.
I want to obviously delve deeper into that, but I'd be remiss if I didn't use that phrase once again. And I can't gloss over this here, Phil. Mr. Olympia, Kai Green?
No, people, everyone up here is trying to be Mr. Olympia.
No, I know that. Listen, everybody's trying to be Mr. Olympia. Everybody's here to win. He just said he signed the poster as Mr. Olympia.
I mean, I guess he can do what he wants. I mean, people would find that disrespectful, some people not.
Do you?
It doesn't really matter because...
Do you?
No, because it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, he can sign whatever the hell he wants. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. Obviously, I didn't care. All I care about is winning my 3rd title, creating this legacy that I want to live, and crushing everybody's dreams. Just like that.
Crushing everybody. The other thing about one person. The one person I talked to yesterday that got 3rd place last year, but you don't really hear a lot of talk about him this year. Mr. Sean Roden right here. Came out of nowhere in 2012, won numerous shows, got 3rd at the Olympia, went to Europe, won some more shows, and now not a lot of people talk about Sean Roden. What is Sean Roden going to do this year with Kai Green, Phil Heath, Jay Cutler coming back, Dexter Jackson, all these guys? Where does Sean Roden fit in this year? Tell me what you said last night. Don't try to sugarcoat nothing here.
The wait is over. Thank you guys so much for coming out, support all these great athletes. It's been, to say the least, a great journey, and very happy to be back here on this stage. Not just as a number or as a spectator, but I've worked my ass off this year to be where I'm at, and I'm looking forward to getting out here. And
that's not what you said last night. I quote, "I'm here to win this year."
yes, I am. I mean, I worked very hard the past couple of months to be here. Since October last year, I've dedicated, all that time to be back here.
I see you went to California. You left home to train with Charles Glass. Was that the magic formula that you needed?
And there comes a time when, you realize how far you could take yourself. And, I trained very hard for many years, and, at this end of my journey, I had to back up and come to the West Coast. I've been working with Chris Aceta, and everything's been going great, and, I figured out the best way for me to, prolong this journey was to come out here and, train with yoga. Everybody knows Charles Glass and, what he's capable of doing, and I came out here and said, here I am. I took myself as far as I can, and, I'm gonna need the help to, finish this journey. So yes, I've trained very hard to be here, and I'm gonna win.
All right, thank you, Sean. Well, Sean was third last year. We've got guys that were in the top 6 returning, but here's a gentleman to my left, one of only 3 on this stage now to have held the Olympia title, the Blade, Dexter Jackson. Dex, you heard Dennis putting the question to Sean. You know, a lot of guys obviously getting the hype. Phil, of course, he's the champ, and the return of Jay and Big Ramy coming in, his first Olympia and all that. But you won the Olympia title. Dex, should your name be up in that mix? People forgotten about the Blade?
Man, I'm always forgotten about. I always have to shut people's mouths up. Same thing will happen this year. You know what I'm saying? So I just let my physique do the talking for me. But I will say this, you know, when Ronnie Coleman and Dorian Yates and those guys competed, they were above their time. You know, they were like unbeatable. Can come off a little bit and still win because of the, you know, conditioning and just sheer size they had. I don't see that, you know, I mean, it's a great lineup, but it's so close. If you're off, you can get beat. It's no runaways in this show. You see what I'm saying? So that's the way I see things.
Is the Blade still sharp enough to take a title?
I'm always in condition. I ain't the one. But I tell you what, if you get caught slipping, I'm gonna get you. I ain't the biggest guy in the world, but look here. I'm tough to deal with. I'm gonna be 100%, and I'm very hard to beat. So if you're off, I'm gonna come in and get you.
All right, thank you, Dex.
Well, he's definitely getting me because I'm off. Way off.
Not with that jacket, bro. You're on. You're right on. Jay, let me get back to you real quick. Like I say, obviously, a 4-time champ. The strive for 5 this year. Obviously, you got your hands are full. But Jay, we've seen obviously a lot of speculation over the year. Our friend Sean Ray even speculating you wouldn't even make it to the Olympia stage, but here you are.
Shows how much he knows.
Jay, obviously, your training this year has been much different than previous years. This is the first time in your storied career that you've been off the stage for nearly 2 years now, obviously with injury, and of course didn't compete last year. But what was the motivation to come back? Obviously, you could have rested on your laurels. You're going to go down as one of the greatest Olympia champions in history. No question about that. 4 Sandals, Arnold Classic titles. You've won every title in this business. What was the motivation to come back for a 5th time?
A lot of reasons, actually. You know, I sat back and watched the show last year, and of course, you know, watched Phil win his 2nd. And you know, I obviously miss competing, but you know, the fan response. You know, I still travel a lot, and I actually put more time into doing more promotional stuff overseas, and I got a huge response. And all the response I got was, you know, the fans wanted to see me back on the stage. So, you know, I not only that, I think, you know, 2011, I didn't have the opportunity to stand up there at my full potential. Obviously, I had a bicep tear before. So I thought that was, you know, an opportunity to be able to compete. If I could get back up there healthy, it took me, you know, that much time to get back up there and be able to train at the full capacity. But this Olympia is a little different for me than probably a lot of the guys sitting up here because, you know, I've been here as long. I think Dexter and myself have been competing at the Olympia the same amount of time. But, you know, this is the first year we're without Joe Weider, who obviously carries the name of this show. And in this, I wanted to, you know, probably dedicate this. I had a very good relationship with Joe Weider. He's the one that actually moved me to California to become the Jay Cutler you see. I mean, he gave me the opportunity to be someone that was in the magazines and give me the lifestyle and create the opportunities. So I think, you know, Saturday night is going to be a huge, huge time for everyone to give a tribute to Joe Weider, who started this contest and started this whole thing for all these people up here and for the fans to see.
All right, thank you, Jay.
Because you just mentioned that a lot of people, some people said that Jay will not make it. It's not only Sean Ray, there was a few other people that said that Jay won't make it. But also, I hear that a lot of people say that there's a person that shouldn't come back to the Olympia this year because they think that he's not ready for the Olympia yet. Victor Martinez right here, back on the Olympia stage. Victor. despite what people say, what can we expect from Victor tonight, tomorrow night and Saturday? That was what these guys think wasn't there in May.
Well, Dennis, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't give a damn what anybody says.
Branch.
Branch? Who? Branch? Branch said.
I think he just took your line.
You too, Branch. I don't give a damn what you say, because you know what? I'm probably the happiest guy up here right now, you know? Thanks to the supporters, you know, of MD, you know, Steve Blackman, you know, I mean, I've been through a lot, and I'm here now. And I will show tomorrow will be the icing on the cake. I will show them exactly why I belong here and why they can't count me out, you know? I'm like definitely the virus of the sport. I keep coming back, man. Can't keep me away, man.
Virus of the sport.
Well, you just stole Branch's catchphrase, but he's got a few more, don't worry about it. Branch, we've talked about favorites of the show, we've talked about people moving up and down, you got rookies coming in, you've got veterans like yourself competing. Your name has come up probably more than anybody else's in this lineup of Branch is on the bubble. Branch has got his hands full. Well, we got some great competition. You know, he's going to have a tough time making the top six. But let's face it, Branch, they've been saying it about your entire career. You never turned pro. You never won a pro title. You'd never be in the top 3 of the Olympia. So all you keep doing is proving everybody wrong.
Ain't nothing changed. It's the same thing, different year. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. You know, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're probably going to keep getting what you've been getting. So, you know, just first I want to thank everyone for coming and supporting the 49th edition of Mr. Olympia. How many people saw Generation Iron? Thank you for going out and supporting the Mr. Olympia and watching the movies. And, you know, I don't know how the show's going to turn out. No, there's not a man on this stage that actually knows how it's going to turn out. Of course, every person here is training to win, just like myself. But that's why we have the competition to find out who's going to win and who's not. So, you know, I'm just glad to be here. I'm 38. I thought I'd be retired by now, but honestly, I love the sport and I love doing what I'm doing. So I'm just blessed that I can still compete at a top level. And the critics, man, they're not so smart, man. They think they are, but they're not.
Well, you got to have in every sport, Branch. That's what makes the sport go wrong. And Branch, you said at 38 you thought you'd be retired, but now, Jay, if I'm not mistaken, didn't you have a comment years ago that you said you'd be retired by 30 and be done? By the way,
Ask Sean Ray.
Sean would know.
Well, he's right down here. You can ask him.
Yeah. Well, we've talked about the return of Victor Martinez, and Victor, congratulations. Obviously, a tumultuous year in terms of overcoming obstacles. Nobody's overcome more than you have in your career, and you would have had a complete comeback at that New York Pro if not for this gentleman to my right making his first Olympia appearance, your New York Pro champion. His name is Mamdoa Elsbaye, but they call him Big Rami. Big Rami, welcome to the Olympia stage. You've got a great lineup here.
الأول أنا بحب أشكر كل الموجودين على دعمهم الكامل ليا في الفترة اللي فاتت، وإن شاء الله أتمنى إن كل اللي دعمني وكل اللي كان معايا وغير اللي المشجعين القويين اللي لاعبين التانيين إن شاء الله نساعدهم في المباراة بتاعت بكرة إن شاء الله.
I'm happy to be here to show what I have, and tomorrow you will see all what I have. And thank you for all fans for support me. And thank you for also Mr. Dennis, my coach.
Okay, let me explain. Let me.
Dennis will now interpret the interpreter.
Let me help you out.
Where's Melvin Anthony when you need him?
Yes, I'm right here. I know exactly what he wants to say. Rami wants to say, because he told me that last night. We talk, but we got to look in each other's eyes and hands and feet. You know how it is when you meet a girl from a different country. So what he basically told me is, because, his English is not up to par, but he said, for him, this is his all-time dream. He was always dreaming about being on this stage. He watched press conferences before on video from other Olympians. And for him, this is a dream come true. And you can see this guy carbs, no carbs, it doesn't really matter. He always smiles. You keep smiling because he's on cloud 7, cloud 9, cloud 25, call it whatever you want it. That's basically what he just said.
He said all that? He said cloud 25? Interesting. Big Rami, how does it feel to be competing against some of these great athletes at the Olympia?
برضو أنا لسه هقول تاني إن كل اللاعبين الموجودين دول كانوا حلم. وجودي معاهم ده شرف ليا كبير لكن أتمنى أن أكون منافس قوي.
It's my dream to be here and compete with big name, Mr. Olympia, and I will show my best with him and show the best at the stage.
Can he win the title?
English, maybe.
Thank you, Big Rami. He knows that one.
I'm sitting next to a guy right here. 6th place last year, Dennis Wolf. Dennis. It was, you did a couple of more shows after the Olympia last year. You won the Prague show, beat Sean Roden, who got 3rd. And ever since then, it was real quiet. There was no news, well, other than signing with a new sponsor, there was not a lot going on. We didn't hear a lot about the Big Bad Wolf. What was Big Bad Wolf cooking all this year?
First of all, thanks a lot for coming out and to support the greatest sport in the world. Vielen Dank an die deutschen Fans. И спасибо для всех фанатов с России. Yeah, I mean, I had a great off-season. I'm sorry, low carb. Yeah, I had a great off-season. Didn't get fat that much, and I think everything just turned out very good for me in the last couple of months. Just happy to be here and ready to battle again.
Are you ready to finally crack your personal goal, which is top 3?
Yeah. We're gonna see it tomorrow if I'm ready or not. Like some guys just said, if you're a little bit off with this lineup, you can be beaten by by smaller guys or who's just a little sharper. And this important thing to be in shape and to bring it on stage. That's what the people were missing. They always were talking like, oh, he is always looking great before the show, but I'm trying to do it this time. So I'm not looking great before the show, I'm looking great on the show.
All right, thank you, Dennis. I'm here with the X-Man, Tony Freeman. Well, Tony, you had a little bit of different strategy this year. We got a chance to catch up at one of the other shows specifically. You've always kind of been a workhorse. You've competed 5, 6, 7 times in a year. Everybody knows you like to do that. It's something you can do. You've been very successful at it. This year you took a different approach. You got out of the gates early. You picked up a great amount of points, which really kept you in the leading role of the points all year long. And you were able to actually train all year for the Olympia, something you didn't have an ability to do in years past.
How's everybody doing? Happy to be here. I had my first mini off season for a long time. I did 12 shows in 8 months between last year's Tampa and this year's Spain show. So I decided to take a little break and kind of catch my breath a little bit. But I had a great little mini off season, and I'm probably better than I've been in a long time. Feel good, healthy, and I'm just ready to do it.
Well, Tony, you're doing it at an age where a lot of people think you can't do it. A lot of people saying after 40 things change, but you blew that out of the water at 41, at 42, at 43. Now at the tender age of
47.
47. Still one of the best bodies in the world, Tony. How do you do it?
The one thing I really, really love about bodybuilding is unlike NFL or NBA where you can draft other players to make your team better. in bodybuilding, you have to physically put in the work. So each individual controls their own destiny, and that's the beauty of it. And right now, I can say I'm definitely healthier than I've ever been in my life, and I feel like I even look younger. My skin is glowing, and bro, it's on, baby.
You're glowing, Tom.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Just, one thing I noticed when I first came in here was the amount of fans that are here, and I really just got to give it up for you guys. That's what we come here for. That's what we do this for. I see standing room only type of situation, and that's what we need in this sport. And I'm just very grateful for it.
Thank you, Tony.
Looking up here, I see a whole lot of other champions up here. Right here, I'm looking at a champion that was a rookie last year, so he's no longer a rookie. He just won the Tampa Pro. Evan Senopani. Evan, you change camps, or you finally switched to a camp. You came out on top in Tampa, which I think was the best Evan that I've seen in the last 2-3 years. Coming here to the Mr. Olympia from Tampa, what did you change? Did you do anything different? Because there was a big gap. It was, how many weeks? 7 weeks. So I know how hard it is to almost like kind of come off a diet, rebound a little back, and come back. What can we expect from you tomorrow? I know you don't talk a lot of trash, so I'm just asking a regular question.
It was actually really easy getting ready for this show. Probably the easiest show prep I've ever had. Having already been in shape for Tampa, I'm almost embarrassed to kind of divulge too much of what I did. But I did cardio maybe about 3 times since Tampa. If I told you what I was eating, you'd probably say, "Oh my God, you're cute."
I probably ate the same.
So it was actually very easy for me getting ready for this one right now. And as ironic as it sounds, I feel like there's less pressure getting ready for this show than there was for Tampa. So it's actually been a pretty enjoyable preparation.
Thank you, Evan.
Thanks, guys.
Is he sleeping? I'm just trying to see if you're awake. Guys get so tired. Ruli Winkler. Our fans from Curacao. The stars of Generation Iron. All right, Ruli. How was, let me ask you a question. I mean, obviously we're going to talk about Olympia all day long here, but filming Generation Iron. Talk to me about it. How was it?
Hello? It was nice to see myself on TV.
Always is, man. Always is. It was really nice, huh?
Yeah.
I assume other offers and parts have been pouring in since then, really.
That too.
Did it take, how was it now, obviously the filming has been over the last year or so. This film has been, a lot of effort has been put in, folks. So if you haven't seen it yet, if you get a chance, please get out to the theater and see it. They've got screenings. They have a theater right here in this hotel if you weren't aware of that. But a lot of work went into this, and these guys were great. You had to do this while preparing for the Olympia. Was that difficult?
Yes, because I still eat lean after my show, and to come better on the stage for Mr. Olympia.
All right, Ruli, thank you. I'll see the Oscars in your future, my friend.
I kind of feel like it's time to get on them rookies a little bit.
All right, let's do it. I got one right here, Dennis. I got Mr. USA himself, Steve Kuklo. In his first Mr. Olympia. Steve, big win in Dallas. Obviously didn't come without its share of critics. You haven't had a whole lot of critique, obviously, after winning the USA, you're turning pro, new kid on the block, all that. A little different after Dallas, though. A little split decision on the people out there. A lot of people thinking that Issa Obiad could have won the show, but when the smoke cleared, it was you in the winner's circle. I know you take a lot of pride in that, but welcome to your first Olympia, my friend.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Mom and auntie out there.
You got my whole family. They never miss a show, and it's great to have them here to support.
Steve, what are you thinking on your first Olympia? I mean, is this one of those getting your feet wet? Is it something you got a personal goal or a mark to hit? It's top 15, it's top 10, it's top 6.
I think you said it perfect. You know, the expectation, the pressure, it's not really there. It's for me, it's just bringing my best and being up here with the best guys in the world. You know, to be top 10 is going to be my goal. You know, what happens, happens. I think, like Dexter said, if somebody's off, the door's, you know, wide open for anybody can be beat on that day. So,
who can you take out here, Steve? How about Rulli?
Like I said, anybody can be beat, including Phil.
I see somebody right here who says, that he didn't really win Dallas. He thinks he won Dallas. Right here, S-I-O-B-I. Second place in Dallas, who thinks that he actually should have won the show. Issa, tell me, talk about it.
Dennis, you guys saw me in Dallas and Tampa. I was in best condition ever I had.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, I was 100%. And this line, first line, I don't know, but the second line, I can beat everyone.
Everybody in the second line, guys.
You know what? Because they are the favorite here. They are the big names here. The first line. And we know that.
So the second line is yours. You own the second line.
Yeah.
First line, not so much.
Not so much. They are the favorite big names. You know that.
I wouldn't know nothing about that. But what I do know is that Lionel Bayeki thinks he can beat you.
I beat him twice.
Lisa says he owns the second table.
First time, I just want to thank each person here for coming to support us, and I want to thank Joey to organize this great event. You know, because it's for us. We are dreaming, we're feeling, reliving a dream, and I'm really happy to be here once again. I went here last year. I did top 10, and I don't think I did it. And for me, I did a lot of shows this year to qualify for the Mr. Olympia. And show after show, I improved. And I will bring my best tomorrow. That's it. I don't want to talk about if he's winner or not. No matter. If tomorrow is the fight, then we are going to do that. Thank you.
Hey, Lionel. I'm standing next to a guy who says he owns the third table. Big Mac says nobody even wanted to sit at his table. That's how much he owns it. Big Mac, what's up, son?
I'm kind of wondering if like my position shows my insignificance.
No, it's completely the opposite. See, we start at the top and work our way down. Stop breathing into the microphone. Can't you hear that?
Yeah. All of this is nice. Well, we give shots back and forth, but like my sergeant major told me when I came back from a show one day, he said, Mac, he said, how'd you do? You know, and I think on that one I maybe got my butt kicked or something, but he said, well, Mac, you know, it's just a beauty pageant, right? He said, nobody actually beat you. He said, if it was fighting or MMA, it'd be something different, you know?
Ain't a beauty pageant for Jose Raymond, I know that.
So I always take that with me. Bodybuilding for me, it is a personal journey. I can remember, is it working, not working?
Yeah, I just automatically assumed it was you, but that's okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you're never wrong, right?
See? There you go.
Testing. Okay, but anyway, bodybuilding for me has been a personal journey. I can remember being 5 years old, laying on the floor while my mom was flipping channels, and I can remember seeing, at the time I didn't know it was a bodybuilding show, but it was this female bodybuilder, and she was going through her posing routine. And I looked back at my mom, I said, Mama, she too busy trying to show her muscles, she can't even dance good. And my mom said, boy, that's what she's supposed to do. She's a bodybuilder. And I said, oh. So we looked at a few routines, and immediately I fell in love. And then I seen Conan on TV with that sword and that long hair and all those muscles. You know, so I had a love for muscles from day one, and never at that time had a dream that I wanted to grow up and be a bodybuilder. That kind of came later. But I can look back and remember, my mom said I always used to be taking my shirt off and flexing and posing, you know, ever since I was a little kid, you know. So this for me, once again, is a personal journey. And every show that I do, I'm just trying to improve myself, trying to get better. I take pride in trying to emulate the people in bodybuilding that inspired me back in the late 80s and early 90s, the way the physiques were back then. That's what I fell in love with. And I know times are slightly different now, and the physiques change in order to, you know, cater to the industry, you know, what everybody wants to see. But my one love is that late 80s and that early 90s. I can say that most of the guys that's on the stage right now with me, at one point in my career, I was looking up to them, wanting to be like them. Looking in the magazines or looking on the internet like, wow, you know, as I was getting ready to try to compete in my first show back in 2003. And I can remember when Phil turned pro, and I was like, man, you know, just everybody. Dennis Wolf was my favorite physique, you know, and the way he just destroyed Ronnie in that Most Muscular back in the day. I love Dennis Wolf, you know, and I had pictures on my fridge and everything. So honestly, you know, just when you take away talking about who's gonna beat who and who can beat that, like I said, it's not MMA, you know. And I just being here, coming from the bottom, is a big accomplishment. So I'm very proud of that.
Mac, I gotta ask the question: whose picture's on your fridge now?
I think it's a picture of my kids. And one other thing I would like to add is, in the position that I'm in, and one reason why I do this is for those people that's got to work a full day every day and want to try to go to the gym when they get off work, you know. And sometimes it seems like it's a little too hard to do that, and then come home and spend time with the kids and spend time with that aggravating wife, you know, getting on your nerves about stuff. I know how it is, you know, and sometimes that road can be tough. So for those of you that feel like, you know what, and you hear it a lot of times, you know, nah, I could never be a bodybuilder because I work too much, or I can never be a bodybuilder because I got this going on or that going on. You know, this is a reason I do it is for those people to show that, you know, all you got to do is have a little bit of determination, a little bit of faith, you know, and be a self-motivator, and you can accomplish it, you know.
There's a guy I'm looking at, just the brand new Arnold Classic Rio champion, Brandon Curry. Brandon Curry, ain't nobody said nothing to you yet. You beat guys on this table here.
Well, who is Brandon Curry really, you know?
You tell me.
I'm just here to show y'all who I am.
Wait, but aren't you Brandon Curry?
I'm here to show y'all who I am, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of guys out here, a lot of big names, but I come to display who I am, you know, and I work hard, and I love this sport, and I live it and breathe it every day.
Don't look mad at me, because I'm just asking the question.
I'm not mad, it's passion, baby, it's passion.
Brandon, who can you beat on this first table down there?
You know what? I dreamed of beating everybody on the first table down there, so, you know, until that dream it comes true, you know, I'll be dreaming about it.
That's a good dream.
Tell me about it.
Phil, is he dreaming?
I'm trying to eat.
What do you got there, champ? What are we eating? You going to divulge any of the secrets here to any of the competitors?
That wouldn't matter, man.
Sucks.
What I will say is that I remember watching Brandon Curry compete as an amateur in the NPC, and I remember telling him, you will be up here with the rest of us in no time. So I'm very proud to say that he was able to accomplish that goal. I know it hasn't been easy, but you're up here and you have a right to be here. You've been here before, and enjoy the process. Just like when I talked to him, talked to Steve Kuklo, the same thing, is to enjoy this journey, because I can still remember in 2005 when I won my pro card, and it's been, you know, a hell of a run, and it goes by very, very fast. But really take it in, enjoy the process, kick some ass on stage, give the fans what they want.
Talking about kicking ass. And I'm not just talking about kicking ass on stage, kicking ass at the gym also. Johnny Jackson. Johnny, this is your 10th Olympia this year, is that correct? Whose ass are you kicking?
Man, whoever stands in front of me. No, but wait. First I want to know, what number are you, Cedric? Because he talking about he in love with muscles, position he's in, all this kind of stuff. I don't be standing next to him on stage. You know what I mean? That's just wrong. But, wow. But anyway, hi everybody. And just like, you know what I mean, everybody else, I'm really happy to be here. Awesome lineup. We all knew this and said this. And man, I'm ready to go. You know what I mean? I'm just waiting for Friday and let's just do it. And when the smoke clears, we'll see what happens after that, you know?
If something goes wrong, you just deadlift everybody.
That's all. I'm gonna get through one way or the other.
Here I'm looking at an athlete that I thought wasn't even in the show, Robert Petrokrovich. Did I say that right?
Close enough.
Close enough. Robert, I didn't think you were gonna be here. I thought that you just went through a triceps tear surgery. How long ago?
6 weeks.
6 weeks ago. Are you competing?
Of course.
How you gonna have surgery 6 weeks ago? Tricep surgery and compete? How's that possible? I saw pictures a couple of weeks ago.
I train legs and posing and eat. That's it.
But what about your arm?
It's okay.
So you're just gonna come with one arm this weekend?
He's got another.
No. Good? Yes, it's good. Now it's.
Well, I would give it up for him just for being here, first of all. I've seen pictures of his. I mean, his scar goes from here all the way up here. 6 weeks ago. How do you be able to compete? Us, we would be in the hospital for 5 weeks.
In Poland is one man.
Only one day.
Man, we got to get Obama on that health coverage. 1 day.
1 month. And ready to compete.
There's just tough athletes in Poland.
See you tomorrow.
They don't mess around, man. All right, well, there's no good way to segue out of that, so I'm just going to switch gears back to my man Kai Green. Kai, we're talking about, obviously, the Olympia, bodybuilding, but I got to divert just a second, because Generation Iron, you were one of the stars, along with the other guys, but they kind of focused on you and Phil a lot in the competition, leading up to the competition, I should say. But Kai, not so much of a question, but more of an observation. We got a chance to talk a little bit yesterday at the athletes meeting, and one of the things I've been seeing in the reviews and all that is that a lot of people liked you in the way you portrayed, and a lot of people wanted to know, well, you know, is he playing a part? You know, is that kind of like where, you know, Kai was given direction, you know, that played a certain role, but everything that people see in the movie Generation Iron, that's you. That you're not playing a role, that's not a part. What they're seeing is genuine Kai Green.
Yes. Correct. Well, you know, one of the things that was very, very difficult with trying to, I guess, film and still prepare and still, you know, do the things that are genuine to the person and the personality that you are, while working towards achieving the biggest goals and dreams before you of your life, and not seem distracted and not, there's the camera again, okay, don't look at it, and appear as if you are totally inside the character of yourself. I didn't realize how difficult some of those things can be, but just as one of the brilliant gentlemen stated a little earlier, that, you know, when you want to do something, you want to do something different, and, you know, you want to reach beyond where you were or where you are to hopefully go to where you want to be. There's a lot of things that come with that. The test will be on your discipline, on your focus. And I guess at the bottom of it, every bodybuilder, every person that believes themselves to be in this lifestyle, in some level, in some way, I believe is committed to the thought of personal development. And with that, you're looking to achieve and exceed and reach beyond some of your current boundaries and sticking points. So it was definitely with some challenges doing the film while competing last year. And we closed that film with a lot of work still not yet finished. I expect to finish that today. That's why I'm here.
All right, we have also the newest IFBB Pro champion. Let me get this right. Beto Abbaspour, correct? Okay, do you want me to do this in German or in English?
German is better.
In German, okay. So I'm going to ask the question in English, and then I'm going to translate it to you in German, and you're going to translate it to him in Persian, and then he's going to talk back to you, and you come back at me.
In fact, he understood that's a miracle.
Okay. Beto, you won the Nordic Pro 2 weeks ago. You beat this man right here, Lionel Bayeki. Now, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked you yesterday in the interview, because a lot of people still talk about it. Said, as a guy with your height and your body weight who could easily do the 212, why did you choose to do the open category instead of the 212, where you might or maybe have better chances of being at the top? Ich habe gestern schon gefragt. Oh, do you want to hear when I speak? No, you don't know I speak German. All right, I asked him yesterday. Ich habe ihn gestern gefragt, warum sich für die offene Klasse entschieden hat und nicht für die 212. Mit seinem Gewicht bei, glaube ich, knapp 220 jetzt oder was auch immer. Warum in die offene Klasse geht und nicht sich für die 212, wo vielleicht sogar um den Titel mitkämpfen könnte.
من سلام عرض میکنم خدمت همه تماشاگران عزیز که اینجا هستن و همه قهرمانان. ابتدا بهتره که یادی بکنیم از مستر جو ویدر به خاطر جمعی که ایجاد کرد و باعث شد که ما اینجا خوشحال باشیم در کنار همدیگه. من قبلا هم گفتم قهرمانایی که الان اینجا من دارم میبینم یک زمانی توی آرزوهای من بودن که اینا رو از نزدیک ببینم و خیلی دوست داشتم که در کنار این قهرمانان مسابقه بدم. برام مهم نیست که چه مقامی کسب کنم. اون چیزی که مهمه اینه که الان اینجا هستم و در کنار این بزرگان دارم خودم رو میبینم و این برای من بزرگترین آرزو بود.
Also erstmal hat er gesagt, hallo zum alle Athleten und Zuschauer und hat sich bedankt für Joe Vader. Vielleicht auch hat er vergessen, hat Danke zu sagen zum Mr. Jim Manion und extra für Robin Chen für gute Organisation.
Und hold on, let me get this first, because I don't have that good of a memory. So he first want to thank all you guys. He wants to thank Joe Weider. He wants to thank Jim Manion and Robin Chang for putting the show together. Continue.
Und gestern auch hat geantwortet wegen 212. 212. Ja, 212. Hat er auch gestern erzählt. Für Beto Abbaspour ist sehr wichtig, dass hier bei großen und besten Athleten, so wie Phil Hicks, Jacob Kai Green, alles mit den großen Leuten zu machen. Nicht sehr wichtig für Gewinnen und zu.
Okay, he's saying that for him it's more important to be competitive, to be competing with the big boys rather than the 212 guys, correct? He also said yesterday, I'll say it forward because it's going to be taking too long. He said 2015 he will be top 3 in the open category. Correct? 2015 hat er gesagt, wir sind in der Top 3.
Taking out the front row.
All you guys.
البته منو زیاد دست کم نگیرید. به قد منم نباید زیاد اینجوری نگاه کنید. من نصفم زیر زمینه. ما یه مثال فارسی داریم میگیم نصف من زیر زمینه. من 1-2 سال آینده مطمئن باشید یک بدن فوق العاده عجیب و غریب از من خواهید دید، به خاطر اینکه من میدونم بهترین عضلات پای دنیا رو دارم بهترین عضلات شکم رو دارم، بهترین سیمتری رو دارم که اینجا فکر نمی‌کنم کسی بتونه قابل مقایسه باشه و فیگورایی که من بگیرم مخصوصا فیگور وکیوم هیچ کس نمیتونه اجرا کنه. چیزهایی دارم که میتونم رقابت کنم.
Also, das war eine falsche Übersetzung von gestern.
It was the wrong translation. The guy that worked for him yesterday gave me the wrong answer.
He said in 5 years he'll be hosting the press conference.
Aber hat er auch erzählt, wir haben ein Sprichwort in persischer Sprache, wir haben ein Sprichwort in der persischen Sprache. Seine halbe Körper ist unter der Erde. Bitte gucken Sie nicht, dass ich kurz bin, aber ich zeige mich, dass ich gute Pose machen kann.
Das musst du jetzt nochmal wiederholen, Mann. Das habe ich jetzt überhaupt nicht verstanden.
Also, gestern war falsche Übersetzung. Und bitte nicht so denken, dass ich kurzer bin. Das ist ein Sprichwort. Ja, genau. Nicht so klein ist. Und aber halbe von Beto ist unter der Erde. So ein Sprichwort. Das ist auf Persisch.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've broken the record for longest translated question in Olympia history.
He's saying, I'm just translating. He's saying something like, you know, yesterday, whoever interpreted it yesterday gave me the wrong answer. I asked him twice, but anyways, he said, there's an old saying where it says that don't think because I'm short and half of my body is under the ground.
Ja. Ich habe eine gute Leg, ich habe gute Vacuum Pose.
He says, I have good legs, a good vacuum pose, and I'm going to grow 5 inches and 50 pounds and win this category in 2 years.
All right. Well said. Good luck with that. All right, speed round, folks. We got to wrap things up, so we got to get to some nitty gritty here. Jay Cutler, tomorrow, pre-judging. Tomorrow night at the Orleans Arena, will we see a 5-time champion victorious?
That's Saturday night. It's decided.
Well, you know what I mean. Just, you want me to translate that, Jay? Jay, can you do it 5 times, man? Can you bring it home?
I feel ready.
You already have a place for the sound out, man.
Yes, it's I just polished it this morning, actually. I'll take a picture and tweet
Jay
it.
polished his too. I mean, Phil. He moved the other one a little bit to the side.
Mine's been sitting for a couple of years, though. It's been on hold, so.
Jay, a lot of speculation. Jay's got to return to his 09 form. 01 was his best year. 011, he was untouchable. Is the Jay Cutler we're going to see tomorrow night as good or better than those years?
Be ready.
Phil Heath's got to be ready. Phil Heath looking for the three-peat. You got to take out your old friend. You got to take out some new challengers. This guy wants to take out the entire row. He said something. I don't have any idea what he said, but something about being underground with fruit and fruit.
Half underground, only the half.
Oh, the half, yeah, the low-bearing fruit and all that kind of. Phil Heath, three-peat.
What about it?
What about it? He's already signing stuff saying he's Mr. Olympia.
You know, I think it's pretty hilarious. But anyway, at the end of the day, the cool thing about being a champ is that you get to see, you know, the underdogs, and you get to see the fans root for the underdogs and this and that and the other. And it's great for the sport. You know, I can't say that I haven't been in that position, but because of me being in that position and then being able to win the Olympia twice, and then being able to go through what I've gone through this year, I don't think people really understand, you know, the level of hard work and dedication, because I don't really talk about it a whole lot. A lot of people say, well, he's the gift, he's this, he's that. I think it's garbage. At the end of the day, I'm one of 13 people in the world on earth to acquire this title. I've beaten a lot of people, and I think a lot of people, you know, will say, oh, he's genetically gifted, oh, he's this and that. Get over it, people. I worked my ass off. You know, I've been dealt with some amazing things this year. I've been dealt with my wife, who's here today. She's stage 1 breast cancer survivor. She's here today. She's like, you know what? I was able to go through this. You can do it too. It's like, you know what? You're damn right. I actually have 2 fathers.
One stepdad who had emphysema last year and this year at the age of 80. He was able to do his damn thing and get his butt here to support his son to be on that stage. Then I had another father, a biological father who isn't here, who hasn't been home since April due to a crazy disease that the doctor basically gave me the softest hand ever and said, could be weeks, could be months, we don't know. So I went in there and told him that my best will always be good enough, and I will bring that trophy back to you. The point I'm trying to make is that when people ask, how are you going to do it again? Do you have enough fire in your belly? Are you motivated? Are you afraid? Are you scared of these other people? I'm not scared of a damn thing. Try watching your wife go through the things that she had to go through. Try watching your parents go through the things that they've gone through and still be able to have a smile on their face. How the hell am I not going to be able to do that cardio at midnight? How the hell am I not going to be able to eat, on low carbs and still be able to function normally? How? Through my faith in God, through the many emails and letters, through the friends and family and sponsors that I have, throughout all the support that I've been given. I've already won, and I'm going to prove that on Saturday night. I'm doing this for my family, I'm doing this for my friends, I'm doing it for my Lord, I'm doing it for myself. Because at the end of the day, my best will always be good enough, it'll always be better, and if anyone wants to challenge it, well, we'll see you on stage come Friday night. You guys better get your ass there, because it's going to be a battle, and I'm not playing around. It's time to shine. All these guys are ready to rock. Kai, that was cool, but that wasn't cool. I'll just go ahead and say it. But it doesn't matter, because I'll be signing 3-time on Sunday.
Ladies and gentlemen, 20 of the world's best bodybuilders were vying for the title of 2013 Mr. Olympia. I want to thank everyone for coming out on behalf of Jim Mangan and the IFBB, Robin Chen, and the entire Olympia production staff. My co-host, TJ,
thank you very much.
Folks, tonight, meet the Olympians right upstairs where it always is. You'll see all these gentlemen and everybody else, all 131 competitors in the Olympia will be upstairs. They've got autographs, DVDs, 8x10s. You can take pictures with them. We'll see everybody at the Meet the Olympians tonight, tomorrow at the Expo.